sorry, I had to wait a little bit for it after it says you're live, because sometimes it doesn't, like, pick up my voice. But I try to film, like, a normal video on my camera, and iPhone storage is full. So, yeah, we're gonna do it on here. So, I'm just gonna get started. I'm not really gonna be, like, picky and say, oh, I want a couple people to join, because I don't care. This is just a video I meant to film on my phone, but it didn't work out. So, anyways, I am going to be listing, in my opinion, some of, the things that can ruin your service dog. So this isn't like a Q&A video or like drama video. It's just things that can ruin your service dog. Also, hello Bailey the Dutch. So let's get started. First things I see a lot of handlers do, and I've been accused of doing this, though I never have. I have been accused of doing this. So what some handlers will do that can ruin their service dog's career is they will take a camera. We're going to pretend this is a camera. I wish I had something else that looked like a camera, but I don't. So pretend this is a camera. They will be walking with their service dog, just walking. Then they'll have, their service dog right next to them. They will look over and they will see a fake service dog. This fake isn't doing anything half the time. This fake service dog's not causing anyone any harm. But of course, they purposely walk up to it, like this, camera in their hand, walk up to the fake, pretend you guys are the fake service dog. They'll get about, this close with their dog right here. And the fake, you guys, the phone, will start lashing out. And they will just have the camera on the guy's face or whoever has the dog, and they'll be like, you can't have your dog in here, it's illegal, I can sue you, your dog's gonna hurt my dog. Okay, if that dog's gonna kill your dog or hurt your dog, walk away and go tell the manager. And so many people call me a Karen because I reported a fake service dog to the manager. But you know what you didn't see me doing? Going up to this fake service dog, antagonizing it. I saw it. It reacted when I walked past it to get my food. I was like, okay, I'm not going to confront this lady. I'm going to go to management and they can deal with it. So I went to the management, told them, and I left. I did not want to cause any issues with this lady because I didn't want to argue. But a lot, and I mean a lot, probably 95% of the service dog community will approach fake service dogs and record them. I record fake service dogs, yes, but that's for my safety. You guys don't see me approaching them comforting what? You don't see me yelling at them, telling them to get out and if I did that, if I went up to a fake service dog and started recording them with my dog right here, that would be my fault if my dog got bit. Not the person's fault. Well, it would kind of be both of our faults because, they're faking a service dog. But it would also be partly my fault. I can't completely blame it on the person faking because Dixie would be right here. Again, you guys are the fake service dog on the phone. That would be my liability and theirs and the store's. But that situation could have easily been avoided, So that's one mistake people make is they constantly harass other people about their service dogs. It doesn't matter if it's a fake or real. Leave them alone and go report them if you have any suspicions. If this fake service dog is not aggressive, if it's just playful or it's just ignoring your dog, yes, of course you can go up to it and ask what task your dog perform. Is it a service dog? And then if they give say it's an emotional support animal and it provides comfort, then you can go to a manager and get them kicked out. But do not approach an aggressive or reactive dog. As a dog trainer, I can tell you, if you even go up to a dog, if a dog is staring down your dog, not breaking eye contact, and you approach that person thinking, oh, this dog, it's ignoring my dog, it's just looking at her. No, that dog will lunge out and attack. Staring is a sign of confrontation in dogs and dominance, and it's challenging. So do not do that. Sorry, I don't get why SD handlers do that, putting your dog in danger. Exactly, it's stupid. It would most likely be your fault in this fake situation because you went up to them. Only gatekeepers can ask those questions. See, so as in gatekeepers, you probably mean employees, managers. you can ask those questions, but they're legally not required to, like, answer those to you, but you can still ask them. You can ask anyone, like, yeah, reading dog body language, very important. But if you go up to someone, like I did, I went up to this person with a fake service dog downtown. I approached them, and I asked them what task their dog performs and if it's a service dog. They said, yes, it's a service dog, and guess what else they said? But he only normally goes to comfort homes to provide comfort for the people in the hospital. I said, oh, so it's a therapy dog. And they said, yes. And I said, so that's not a service dog. I do recommend getting therapy dog patches because you're mislabeling your dog, and your dog can be put down and it will be liable if it distracts a service dog. They were like, okay, cool, thank you for telling us. I said, no problem. And they said, goodbye now. That wasn't, we didn't we didn't have confrontation there. It was a civil conversation between what they should be doing with their dog. Their dog was not a service dog. Their dog was in Dixie's face. But guess what? You know the only reason why I approached this guy in the first place? Because his dog was not aggressive. I had observed it with multiple dogs walking past this dog. Because again, we get about a couple thousand dogs, not a couple thousand. We get like 1,000 dogs in the summertime for tourist season. So I see a couple hundred dogs walking by this dog. Dog didn't do anything. Dog lunged out, wanted to play and sniff, but it didn't act aggressively. So I was like, okay, I'm going to approach this guy with Dixie because Dixie was not working. Dixie was just sitting there ignoring the dog. The dog lunged at her. Dixie was still ignoring it. The dog's like, okay, I can tell you don't want to play with me. Turned back and was pulling on the flexi leash to other dogs. But, I educated that person, and that is what you should be doing, is you should be educating, not harassing or confrontation. I'm sorry, I lost the track of that word. The next mistake that service dog handlers make that can ruin your dog is confrontation in general. Doesn't have to be with a fake service dog. Could be with a person. So I see so many handlers, and here's Dixie. Pretend this is Dixie, and this is just end dust clean fast, whatever. Say this is on a shelf. Dixie is sitting right by it. Someone is staring, they zone out, or they're just looking at this product. And then a service dog handler will say, hey, can you not stare at us? It's super rude. Why would you do that? Honestly, this is a genuine question for service dog handlers. Why in the hell, mind my French, why in the hell would you say to a person, can you not stare at us? It's rude and disrespectful and it makes me uncomfortable. Yeah, I understand if they're being creepy about it, but people can use their eyes. It's staring at your dog. It's not doing anything to you or your dog. It just makes me so upset. This can ruin your dog, and you might be like, why? Well, if that person chooses to be aggressive, that person could be aggressive to you. Your anger can ruin your dog because dogs feed off of emotions. If you're angry at this person for staring, guess what your dog's going to do? They're going to get nervous and aggressive most of the time, because most of these service dogs that these children, like, I'm going to say 10, maybe like 15, these children who are training these service dogs, their dogs will act out. So just don't go up to someone and say, can you stop staring at us? It's super rude and disrespectful. People can stare. I don't care if people are going to be staring at Dixie. She's a dog. She's a service dog. Dixie is incredible. And that goes for most service dogs. Their dogs are incredible. If I saw a real service dog in public, I would be staring because that dog is incredibly trained. Like Dixie, she is super well trained. So I'm not going to yell at someone for staring at Dixie because they're shocked that she's super well trained. That's not okay. And then sometimes people, and I understand the anger to this, some people may walk by, dry pet your dog, or a child, or maybe an adult, depending on the maturity, may run up to your service dog and start petting them. And people scream at those people and say, don't touch my dog, I'm going to pepper spray your kid, get away. Yes, and I have seen this on TikTok. These service dog handlers, and I'm saying that because they're barely a handler at all. Yes, their dogs may be real, but you can't call yourself a handler if you're that rude to people. I'm sorry, but that's not handling. That's having a dog with you that you're getting angry with people. I don't know. It's just not a handler to me. Handler is trust, kindness, and of course having a dog. But, you know, that's what a handler is to me. And I've seen these service dog handlers out in public, and they start recording, whipping out their phone, recording. Say a child. This one child grabbed a service dog, you know, in the face. The child started petting the dog. The dog got a little bit spooked. Nothing big. The dog was not disturbed at all. The dog was fine. If Dixie acted like that with a child, I would have been like, whatever. I wouldn't even tell the child to get away because it's a child. Anyways, I would dog, I can't have her pet right now. When she is off duty out of the store, your child can come up and pet her. That's what I would have said. Instead, this person decided to start screaming at the child, saying, "Back up, get away, what are you doing?" And they threatened to pepper spray the child for reacting in a childish way. So, you're gonna yell at a toddler for coming up and being a toddler. All you have to do is literally say, "Please do not pet my dog right now. She is working." I ride a bus with, I'm going to say, 7 kids surrounding me. Some of these kids do come up, and mainly the girls. The boys don't really care. The little girls, they love dogs. You know, they're dog lovers, and I don't care. They'll come up, and the rules for my school and my bus are, don't pet the dog. The dog is working no matter what the person says. You cannot pet the dog. Dixie's messing with something, I'm sorry. But a couple of kids, they'll ask, like, sometimes they'll ask, "Can I pet your dog?" And if we're not riding on the bus, they can, like, if we're at a stop picking up children or just stopped in general, I'll say yes real quick, but when the bus starts moving, please turn back around and sit down in your seat so you don't get hurt. They're like, okay. Kids pet her, you know, they kiss her. I have a video of Dixie kissing a kid on TikTok. It's recent, so if you want to go on my TikTok and go watch that video, it's Dixie kissing this little kid called Easton. He's a really sweet kid, and he wanted to pet Dixie, so Dixie just started kissing up on him. But guess what he did? He followed my rules. When the bus started moving again, he sat down, turned around, and stayed in the seat. And sorry, there's a blob out there. It looks like a goat. I don't know what it is. But, you know, that kid was being very respectful. There's no need for me to be yelling at children, even if they accidentally pet Dixie. Because I've had some children come up in the behind of the seat, say, "Dixie, you guys are, say, the bus's front." Like, the front. Dixie's here. A kid will come by, you know, pet her, grab her head, do whatever. I'll be like, "Hey, can you please not touch her right now? She's working and the bus is moving. You need to sit down, you know, like, I can't have her distracted right now." Or, you know, for the child's safety, I will say, "Hey, can you please sit back down and turn around in your seat?" So, because if the bus stops, that child's going up and they're going to get killed because of how sharply the bus stops. So I do it for the child safely for the most part, because I know Dixie, she doesn't get distracted with that crap. But, you know, I'm not sitting here screaming at the children. And I was this close to screaming at one today just because he was recording on his iPad and he screamed the highest pitch he possibly could for like 5 seconds. I had a migraine, which is one of my health conditions, which is where my body shuts down and my eyes flash black and white and my head gets really tense. Like, you know when you're like really dizzy and you feel like your temples right here and they're like really stiff? That's what I was feeling. So it was very uncomfortable. I was sitting here going like this, like pressing on my temples, just kind of, you know, to help them from getting so tensed up. And this kid started screaming, and I almost yelled at him, but I have a lot of patience when it comes to children, mainly because I have a soft spot for children. You know, I would probably never have a child. I'm more of an adventure person, not a stay-at-home mom, but I'm not gonna scream at a child for being a child. Heck, when I was a child, story time, short story time. When I was a child, I went into Dollar Tree. I was picking out some candy. This lady entered with her fake service dog. At the time, I did not know any better for fake service dogs. This lady had her deaf and blind doodle in a cart. It was an all-white doodle, a very pretty dog. I do have to say, and I'm not going to shame this dog for the breed it was, though it was not a service dog at all, it was still very beautiful. It was an all-white doodle, very nicely brushed fur. It had blue eyes, and she said it was a blind and deaf, get ready for this, is a long one, emotional support therapy service dog. And I didn't know any better, and I said, okay, cool. I didn't care what type of working dog it was at that time, so I started petting the dog. You know, that's a child thing. I was a child, and I was petting this dog, but that dog was in the cart. It was in the base cart, and it had like a towel down and stuff, and it was licking the cart. It was pretty disgusting now I think about it, but I did not say anything because, again, I was a child and I didn't know any better. So, yeah, that was the first fake service dog I've ever seen. That was probably a year before Dixie started her service dog training. So, I was maybe 10 or 11 years old, if I do remember correctly. I started training Dixie when I was 12, I think. So, yeah. But, yeah. How can a blind and deaf dog be a service dog? That's what I'm saying, dude. You can't work a disabled dog as a service dog. I see these people who work deaf service dogs or a blind service dog. Sometimes it's both of them. But these people will be working these dogs, and I'll ask, what tasks does your service dog perform? Their dog. This one has a deaf boxer, and it's a well-trained dog. You know, it looks like a service dog. She said it alerts to seizures. She has videos of the dog alerting to seizures. But this dog itself is disabled. It cannot hear. It is an all-white boxer with blue eyes. It's deaf. And she says, oh, yeah, I use hand signals for training. And I think that's really cool, personally. But I don't think you should be working a dog with a disability just because that's not okay. That dog would rather stay home in a nice, secure place. Personally, if I was deaf and I was a dog, I would like to stay at home in a curled up little blanket, or I wouldn't want to go to a store regardless if it was pet friendly or not. I've seen that dog before, the boxer. Yeah, I can't remember its name. It was on TikTok, but I can't remember its name. It was a very well trained dog, but should not be a service dog. I think they have Instagram too. I have no patience for kids. Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, at least you're not like screaming at them. Thanks, no matter what, Mabel will be my next SD now, though, which will be nice, I guess, freaking fakes. I have babies, sitters, so many children, and they were all crazy. Oh my gosh. If your dog is a service dog, and if your service dog needs a service dog, then it can't be a service dog. I agree. It can, you know, that dog can perform a task, but it shouldn't be. Also, before we go on to our next one, here's Dixie. She just ran at the toy and started eating a toy. She went to school today for the first time in 2 weeks because I had COVID. Sorry. But she did really good at school. A kid ran at her because she was saying, oh, you know, we played the basketball game, I think Friday, she said. And she said, yeah, I have to be defense. And she placed another one of her friends in front of, like, me and Dixie. And I wasn't expecting anything. I was hearing our conversation, and I was, like, watching them. But I didn't know they were going to do this. She said, you want to see how I got tackled? Stand here. You guys are Dixie. And she had her friend right here. And she said, stand here. She rammed her friend. Her friend fell onto Dixie. And Dixie was off leash. And Dixie ran. Not like ran away. But she ran to get out of the way. And this little angel freaking came back to me immediately. She almost got crushed by this tall-ass girl. This girl was tall. And she almost got crushed by this girl. She ran, but came right back and was super confident in the rest of the class. Huh. You did really good with that. Super good. So yeah, I'm super proud of how Dixie did today. It was amazing. She blew my mind away. She had a couple scares, you know, typical, you know, sometimes she gets nervous. That's just her personality. So yeah, I'm just beyond happy with Dixie. So yeah. The next one, see, sorry, 20%. The next one is, I'm kind of thinking about it because I can't just start listing off random things because normally I think about these things, and this was kind of just a last minute video for this. Another thing that can ruin your service dog is, oh, here's a good one, a really good one. Listen, you guys. Okay. A really good one is your service dog can be ruined by you using the wrong gear. But yeah, I see so many people. This one person, they have a dog, a Chihuahua Boston Terrier mix. We are no longer friends. I will not name their dog's name. I will not name their name. But they work a very fearful dog who is beyond fearful. I'm talking, Dixie was horrible when she first started training. She would be so stressed out, and she would be pulling, not like pulling me, but she would be like bolting around her head, like her eyes, she would have whale eyes, she'd be licking her lips, she'd be stress panting, she'd have her tail slightly tucked. I had to pull her from PA. I didn't even think she was going to make it, but she did. She pulled through. It was just a phase, a puppy phase. And Ripco is here apparently. Where's my dad? Oh, my dad's right there. They're coming in, so I'll finish this up real quick. But anyways, this girl has a freaking pull strap on her Chihuahua. Her dog is like this big. And she has a pull strap doing guide work with her Chihuahua. So I'm just sitting here like, what are you thinking? You're going to damage your dog's joints. And yes, it was Dixie's Fury period. I'm going to wrap this up real quick. This will be the last one. But she had this dog on a pull strap and stuff. And the dog was like limping kind of or something. And she had it. Oh, here's Ripco, by the way, for the people who love Ripco. She just came in from work. She had a big day at work, and she has a big belly. But she had a pull strap on this Chihuahua, and her dog was being pulled. She also got canceled off of TikTok because she had her little Chihuahua dog, and she pushed it underwater to make it look like a hippo for an audio, just for the audio. That was like playing a hippo song or something, I don't know. And she pushed this dog underwater, and it started bubbling out of its nose, drowning. It was like hacking in the water. And she started saying, oh, she jumped in herself. But if you go in the video before that, you can see her dog was super scared of the water, like Dixie. Dixie does not like water. And I don't be mean to her. But I don't force Dixie in the water, like yanking her in the water, pushing her under so she can face her fears. This dog was so scared of the water. So how is it that your service dog jumped in the pool by itself, nearly all the way to the bottom of the pool, bubbling up, hacking in water? If a dog is going to jump in water, they're smart enough to close their mouth so they're not gasping in a bunch of water in their lungs. I saw a multi-poo and thought you meant Snowy. I was so confused. No, it's not Snowy. They're my friend, and they have a really nicely trained service dog. But it's a Chihuahua Boston mix. Anyways, they pushed their dog underwater, and they got canceled for that. And then they recently blocked me on Instagram because I was in a group chat with my friend Livy. Oh, update before I continue with this. I'm going to be meeting up with Livy. She has a little mixed breed. I don't know the mixes. It kind of looks like a Corgi, Jack Russell, Beagle, she says. Her dog is a super mutt. We're going to be meeting up with her. And we just met another service dog team. Are they on YouTube? The Chihuahua Boston Terrier is. But this other dog we had just not met personally, but I met her online. They're the same age as me. And they have a Rottweiler service dog. So we're going to be meeting up with them. Their Rottweiler's name is Roxy, and the little mutt, she's like a little chihuahua size, I believe. Her name's Coda. And then we also have an American Pit Bull Terrier named Tachi that we're planning on meeting up. Tachi is an hour away from me, so I am so surprised that I haven't seen them before, because we constantly go to their city, so I am surprised I haven't seen them before. But also, I will not be clarifying who the Boston Terrier Chihuahua mix is, because I don't know if you guys are going to go on and say I've been saying this and that about them, because I do not want them to start drama. They already posted about Dixie, calling her a backyard bred mutt, so I don't even want to mess with them. That's why they blocked me. I was talking about goats. I was just talking about my goat's milk production, and out of the blue, her and her friend, who has a beagle service dog, they went on there, and they literally started saying, like, I was talking about my goat's milk production, you know? They literally sat there and started saying, I hate backyard bred dogs. And the person with the Chihuahua mix said, me too. And they just started talking about backyard bred dogs they knew. They were like, I just hate them. Like, I hate them. I wish they would all just die. And I was like, that's a little harsh. I have 2 backyard bred dogs myself. I said, I like backyard bred dogs, you know, and mind you, both these people's dogs are backyard bred, so I don't know why they're saying, like, they wish these dogs would die. I don't know. But I have 2 backyard bred dogs myself, Ripco and Yogi. Ripco is a border collie mix. Yogi is a pit bull mix. And pit bull Great Dane. So they went on saying that, and I said, yeah, I have 2 backyard bred dogs myself. And this person with the Chihuahua Boston Terrier mix said that, you know, they were like, oh, yeah, you know, they said, yeah, it's pretty obvious. I said, me and my friend Livy, we were in that group chat. We both put a question mark, and we're like, what do you mean? And she was like, oh, you know, it's pretty obviously you have 2 backyard bred dogs considering their temperaments. And I was like, yeah, Ripco and Yogi, you know, they're backyard bred. Ripco gets nervous. You know, she doesn't have a stable temperament. She's not purebred. She's not well-bred. She was a rescue dog. She gets kind of nervous when there's loud things like fireworks, yelling, vacuums even. She gets really nervous. Yogi is just a mutt. He's a big fat mutt. There's nothing else to it. So, yeah, they are backyard bred. And I said, yeah, Ripco and Yogi are backyard bred. And this person, who, yes, is Winnie, said that, she was like, no, Dixie's backyard bred. I said, no, she's not. And she said, yes, she is. It's pretty obvious. And I was explaining Dixie's lineage, her breeder. I was educating them on Dixie. Guess what they did? They blocked me and started posting a bunch of lies on their story about me. I didn't post anything about them because I didn't want to feed into their crap. It was so funny, though, because they compared a severely backyard-bred German Shepherd to Dixie, saying that Dixie was a backyard-bred one, yet Dixie wasn't standard. Dixie was in a standard 3-point stack. They showed a horribly bred showline German Shepherd, like German showline. This dog did not fit standard for its lines at all. And she sat there and said, Dixie is a backyard bred one, and this backyard bred puppy is the well-bred one. And I just started literally laughing. But yes, I do not recommend supporting them. I was friends with them for a while. They wanted to meet up with me, but now looking back at it, they only wanted to meet up with me to harass me and probably record Dixie and have Winnie attack her or something. I don't know. I don't know if Winnie is aggressive. She just seems really fearful. So I'm assuming that if Winnie went near Dixie, that Winnie would attack her, just because her dog's body language is so nervous. And yes, Dixie's body language can be nervous too, but I'm not working her because I want her to. I'm working her because she wants to and because I need her. I'm not saying, you know, this handler doesn't need Winnie, but, you know, like, her dog's very nervous, tail tucked constantly, lip licking, whale eyes, ears pinned completely back. So if you guys have ever seen our dog, you can tell how stressed out it is. The dog, I don't know, it gets really distracted by a fake service dogs too. So my personal opinion, that dog should not be a service dog whatsoever. But again, it's not my dog. I can't control that. I hate to be rude, but the standards for German Shepherds should not be something to be proud of. It's why they have hip dysplasia. Their hips are down low. That's not true. That's a very common myth. And I do understand, you know, you're not educated on the breed, which I understand. A lot of people are not. Nothing to be ashamed of. It's not slanted, and it has nothing to do with the hips. The dogs with the bad hips are straight-backed German Shepherds. They have that level back, and that's not good, because it puts so much pressure on their joints that it causes dysplasia and dislocations. The angulation, which is the slant going down, provides a stable working dog. Dixie lacks angulation, so she looks like a straight back, but she's not. She just lacks it. So that's meant to improve the breed. Actually, as long as the dog is well bred, it's the stack that makes it look like that. Exactly, because if you go on Oh My GSDs on Instagram, look them up and you can be educated. I heard it the other way. Sorry for missing. It's totally fine. It's not your fault. A lot of people think that way. I think my mom thinks that way too. She thinks every purebred dog is unhealthy. Have you seen my Montana? Does she look straight back? I have not seen her yet. I'll have to. But if you go on Oh My GSDs on Instagram, they have a black and tan German Shepherd, like Dixie's color, and it's a boy. Then they have another black and tan. It's a girl, though. It's a puppy. They have a bi-color, and these are all American show lines. They have a bi-color and a solid black. I believe their names are Solo as the bi-color, Citrus, or I think it's Citrus, I don't know, is their full-grown male American show line. Then they have Maya, which is their black one, and I cannot recall the female black and tan puppy's name, but I know it's on there, so if you go look on their Instagram, it should show their highlights and the education on the breed. But yeah, Dixie, if you put her foot back, she looks like she has a slanted back. Hold on, let me...
Don't get any of this in the, I don't want none of this in here.
I won't. It's not even filming there. Dixie, come.
It's right on, I can see it. It's right on that shit.
Oh my god.
Erase that whole video.
Dixie, come. Let's go in the bathroom now. Come here, girl.
You can erase that because you got all my shit personal shit.
I didn't. Sorry. Okay, it's erased. He's a dick. Come here. See? She looks like she has a slant if you put her up here, because if you put her foot back.
Better take all that shit off because you fucking telling all my information. All my personal shit.
See how it's kind of like slanted? If you kind of put her foot back, even if you put it back really, really far, it looks like she has a slant, but she lacks it, so she's not going to have that huge slant, so she just lacks it. What's your Instagram? I just got Instagram. I'll follow you. It's service_wolf_Dixie. What was that? Sorry. Is it bad if they walked sloped? That's not normal. When German Shepherds are walking, they can have a gait, which they'll have that. Sorry, I'm at 10%. My phone's about to die. But German Shepherds will walk with their back, and it should be evenly down when they're showing. It should be down like this. But if they're just walking normally like Dixie is right now, like this. Dixie, come. If they're walking like that and their back, if their like back is like this, that's not normal. But if they're gaiting, like doing the herding, that, you know, that's normal. But they shouldn't be walking normally and have that huge thing. But if they're kind of like trotting and running, that's normal. She just looked out the window. I was gonna mention something else. I completely forgot though. Anyways, I'm probably gonna go but check out my new video. I posted a video of Dixie working at school, so go check out that video. But yeah, I'm gonna go, so I'll talk to you guys later whenever I can. But yeah, bye.